Matt said he didn't necessarily have his best stuff, but he looked like he finally found it later in the innings and got stronger as the game went along.
Yeah, Matt was he just wasn't comfortable. We were in finals this week, and he was sick last start and kind of sick during the week, so just felt uncomfortable and just kind of battled through it. He got a little bit stronger probably in the 7th inning, and early in the 8th inning also. But overall, the team did some really good things. I mean, we knew it was going to be a tough ball game. Jeffrey's on the mound for Cal. We knew we were going to have our hands full with him, and we just created a few opportunities. Had a couple of clutch hits, and low-scoring affair. So overall, good team win.
And how much confidence does it give you in Matt when he doesn't have his best stuff that he can put up a game like that? 3 or 4 hits, I believe, and 9 Ks against a Pac-12 team.
Well, I mean, not only our coaching staff, but our players have confidence when he's on the mound. And that was our lesson today. One of them that we talked about after the game is that, when you don't have your stuff, you still have to battle your stuff to compete. And that's what he does. And, he wasn't sharp, but he gave us what we needed for our first game of a 4-game series. And it saved our bullpen, and we were able to bring in Taylor Chris at the end and close it up.
You grind out 4 runs tonight. The bottom of your lineup producing for you. Mark's hitting 361 now after 3 hits tonight. How big is it for you, or what does it mean for your team when your bottom of your lineup can produce as well?
Well, it's very important. I mean, you have your 2 guys in the middle of the lineup, Torres, Mundell, and your 3-4 hole, but they're not always on. They were on early, and then as of late, like one of them is usually on, but not the other. So it's very important that you have some fluidity throughout the entire lineup, and we feel at times we're pretty good 1 through 9, and with Van Gansen in the 8-hole and Chris Hu in the 9-hole, they've really held their own, and especially Chris Hu. You look at his numbers; he's got a low average, but when he gets his base hits, they're RBI, and they're 2-out RBI hits, and he has 7 doubles on the year. So when he puts the ball in play, which he does a lot, I think he struck out 3 times this year. So he's really made a great adjustment. He's become a really good 2-strike hitter and able to use the entire field. And so it just really helps. And Matthias in the 7-hole, he's really turned it on. He's been with him and Van Gansen up the middle, a very, very good double play combination. And from an offensive standpoint, Mark is really starting to hit his stride. He started getting that feeling early in the year, and then it's just really kind of snowballed to where each night you look at the box score and he hits 2 or 3 hits. So we just continue to look forward to having him produce at the lower end.
And what's it looking like with your rotation? It looked like you took Slater Lee out of the rotation with Calomeni, moved him up to Saturday. I'm guessing Slater will start Monday with a 4-game series here. But once you get fully into conference, what do you think?
Well, probably Imhof on Fridays. We think we'll stick with Calomeni on Saturday. We'll just flip him and Slater Lee. Slater will become our Tuesday starter. And then Lee Bloomquist on Sunday. Sunday guys have to pitch during the day, and Bloomquist is a sinker ball guy, so it keeps the ball in the air majority of the time. So that's our thought process behind that. Just feel like Calomeni, he's developing well. Slater has, he had after those first 2 great outings against Kansas State and UCLA, he's just kind of mechanically he's kind of fallen off a little bit, and so we're working on that. We just feel that Calomeni at this time of the season might give us that shot in the arm that we need on a Saturday.
And how important has it been for Bloomquist to? It seems like he's really taken that next step this season.
Yeah, I mean he's just the last 2 or 3 outings he's been very, very good. And we had a game where Reed was actually the game that Reed was closing in the 9th inning. I think we had 2 outs, and Reed's hamstring spasmed him up, and while he was walking out to the mound on his own, Bloomquist went into the locker room, got his spikes on, came out, and basically that convinced me that he wants the ball and he wants to compete, and he went out there and got the last out for the save. So he's really turned the corner in a lot of different areas, and we'll need him to be strong. We want to feel like we're the better team on Sundays with him on the mound. So he needs to continue to give us that on Sundays.
And your team, just overall, what do you think about it? With Big West season started up a little bit, how do you think you going into the meat of the schedule now?
Well, still a work in progress. We still have a ways to go. We still can get a lot better. On paper, the numbers look great, but as a coach, I know where our deficiencies are, and we need to continue to work on those, and need to shore up our bullpen a little bit and add another pitcher or two to the bullpen, so you're not always going to Riley and Chris, because on a 3-game weekend series, you need to spread it out a little bit, and over the course of the year, you need to keep your guys fresh. The Big West has a lot of parity this year. Fullerton's still the team to beat. They still have the best team, but Santa Barbara, Irvine, and a number of other teams are very good. And there's other teams out there that they might not be the total package at this time of the year, but they're really good on the mound or they're really good at the plate. And so, this might be a year in the Big West where there's a lot of parity, and it might come down, later in the season to who's going to pull this thing out.